Welcome back to this special edition of Hannity. President Biden's latest broken promise, there are so many, may be his worst yet. Remember when he promised to build the economy from the middle out and the bottom up?
Together we build an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down. My vision has always been, and I mean it sincerely since I was a young senator, to grow our economy from the middle out and the bottom up instead of the top down. I came to office determined to uphold the duty to care and get us through one of the toughest periods in our nation's history. And we have, building the future of American possibilities, building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not just the top down. When the middle grows, the bottom has a chance, the poor have an opportunity, and the wealthy still do very well.
Wow, what an embarrassment for this nation. Well, Joe is leaving office, and this year, the United States saw an 18% rise in homelessness. And that's not all. The amount of first-time home buyers has hit a record low under Biden as the rising cost of living, especially housing, continues to hurt Americans. Meanwhile, the wealthy are dominating the housing market with all cash purchases rising across the country. And if you still believe Biden's bogus promise, the state of California, which most closely resembles the president's policies, has the highest child poverty rate in the nation. Here now with reaction, podcast host Kira Davis and Fox News contributor Deroy Murdock. Kira, a lot of your work has been about kids and advocating for children as a parent, and the nature of knowing what's happening in California is one thing, but they continue to claim that what they're doing is best. And yet, how does that translate into the highest poverty, the child poverty rate in the country?
Well, Happy New Year to you, Tammy. It's really good to be here with you. I want to point out the obvious here, especially here in California. We're a border state. So we're talking about issues of child poverty, feeding children, making sure that all of our neighbors are cared for. But if we don't talk about the root problem, these are all useless discussions. California is a border state. We're not going to solve childhood poverty until we close the border, until we solve rising crime. But I want to look at something larger here, Tammy. You're talking about home ownership. You're talking about the American dream. And the American dream is to own property. Owning property is a huge leg of the stool that holds up liberty. And it is really the most revolutionary part of our revolution. And American liberty is a real thorn in the side of a world that is addicted to bondage. And property is a key to that liberty. I don't think it's a mistake that you are seeing individual property ownership be depressed, even as we deal with things like childhood poverty and homelessness across all the spectrum. It feels like a concerted effort, like we've been the frogs boiling in the water for all this time. So hopefully we're about to turn the page on that. Yeah, you know, it's like every piece leads into the other part of the problem, like it all feeds into each other. And Deroy, Kira's great points about liberty, right? You're not really free if you're reliant on the government, if you don't have that freedom of property, which is the key. And yet, you know, people are using apparently all cash to buy homes because they've got the money to do so, because they want to avoid the high mortgage rates by just buying them outright, leaving behind everyone else who might need to take out a loan. And so the inventory goes down. This seems to be something that's got to be at the core of what we do to make America great again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. You know, we have a number of compounding problems. One is Bidenflation. You know, we've seen prices go up for gasoline, for food, for you name it. Also true in housing. The average home cost around $270,000 5 years ago. Now it's about $405,000. That's up 50%. At the same time, interest rates have gone up from around 3.7 to about 6.5%, 7% now. And so it's become more expensive to try to get a 30-year loan. And because it's so high, a lot of people who have the lower loans don't want to leave and get another house because they're paying a decent rate now. So why leave? Therefore, that ties up the inventory. There are fewer houses available. That keeps prices high, and on it goes. So as you say, it's just one problem feeding into another problem, and it leads to an even tougher ability for people to achieve that part of the American dream, as hard as they might try to do so.
You know, and Kara, it goes back into this when we think about general inflation, right? His whole economic idea. but everybody gets strapped because of the cost of energy, gasoline, rent, beyond owning a home, and food. So you're trying to keep up. And then his energy policies continue to bury all of us because that leads into more inflation.
It's shrinking. This is a shrinking of the American dream, and it's been absolutely deliberate. All of these things are deliberate, reducing our dependence on ourselves for energy, reducing the opportunity to own homes, reducing education levels. We've been having this visa debate today. All of this goes together. We have been under duress for the last 4 years, as has the American dream been. America is not just a country of law and order. America is an idea, and our idea has been under duress for these years, these past 4 years. So hopefully we're turning the page.
It's going to be changing, I think, very dramatically so. Kira, Deroy, great job. Thank you, and Merry Christmas.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.